even the suggestion by Lot was that they should have the intercourse with his daughter.
Yes.
But they would have it for the TV.
Yeah. You know, I think it shows that the whole of the town, whole of Sodom, was just perverted. And
these two towns were adjacent.
But it shows like what had happened then.
Yeah.
That town must have over a number of years become like that through propaganda. Because after all, no town begins like that. It must have been maybe, you know, the religion became corrupt and that spread those ideas through the town, because religion was the means of giving people their morals back then. So a corrupt religion made the entire populace corrupt.
Yeah.
And so it's like now, but the religion is the media.
Yeah.
And they've made the entire nation corrupt by taking the children, the British children. My generation's children were never subject to this. We grew up with a normal BBC, normal ITV. They weren't putting this propaganda across. So what's been happening is that now the little kids of England are getting this pumped into them. And so they're approving of it. And the schools are pushing this propaganda as well. The Protestant schools when I was a kid, the state schools, they weren't promoting this.
Poland is no exception from that propaganda either.
Yeah. And that's my worry, you know, because I know what Poland needs to do. It needs to be, I'm afraid, it needs to actually either stop being a democracy or become a very strong democracy where it instructs the schools and gets those teachers out of there. Because if it doesn't, in 20 years' time at least, Poland is going to be like England.
Like Ireland.
It is, it's guaranteed. Yeah, that's it, Ireland. Perfect example. In fact, in Ireland, it shows how bad it can be. The Catholic Church in Ireland did control the schools, so it wasn't promoting morality in the schools, but the media were captured. If it doesn't, in 20 years' time at least, Poland is going to be like England.
Like Ireland.
It is, it's guaranteed. Yeah, that's it, Ireland. Perfect example. In fact, in Ireland, it shows how bad it can be. The Catholic Church in Ireland did control the schools, so it wasn't promoting honesty in the schools, but the media were captured by the homosexuals, and so they promoted this. And all you need to do in the music, the pop music, the media stars, the movies, the cinema, promote it then, and the young are in faith. The young love that. They want the music, the media. So even if the Catholic school is Catholic at a basic level, they're still you're still going to lose the country. Like Ireland has gone to the dark side. So if Poland has not just got to get the schools sorted out, it's got to get the media, and that's why I think it may be difficult for Poland, if it wants to stay as a true, beautiful country, to remain as a democracy. It's been subverted. The United States is subverted in the same way.
Yeah.
The media are conquered. You see, back in the 1950s, you heard of that Senator Joe McCarthy? He was saying there are communists everywhere in the United States government. And he managed to have hearings. It's called the House Un-American Activities Committee. And there, they had hearings where they had people and they were exposed as communists. And they had to get out of Hollywood and get out of other areas of life. And many of them went to jail. And that was heavily criticised later on as a backlash. But he was right. There were communists all over the media, all over governments. They went quiet for a while, just like the liberals went quiet in the Catholic Church in the early part of this century, of the 20th century. But they stayed there. And from the mid-60s, they started turning out nasty films, nasty TV programs, and nasty music, and they've corrupted the entire culture. And in Poland, if they don't sort it out, I don't know what Viktor Orban is doing about his culture. He's more of a strong man, isn't he? He's more, but he did realise on elections as well. He seems to have more control of the media. But I don't know whether they're having more success in keeping this liberal garbage out than Poland.
It's so hard because the internet is also there.
Yeah.
With its
Yes, that's right.
tentacles.
Again, that might need to be censored in the way the Chinese censors it. There may be no other choice.